past 7 years, persons have asked many questions regarding the Argyle International Airport, the AIA, and one of the most prevalent was always the wind at Argyle and whether it would impact small aircraft trying to land at the airport. A very common comment was that it would be impossible to land a small plane there because the crosswinds are too strong. For years, the IADC collected relevant data relating to the wind at Argyle to determine whether a crosswind runway was needed for smaller aircraft, it having been established that the larger aircraft would not be affected. When the final analysis was done recently by Mr. Glendale D'Souza of the Trinidad-based Caribbean Meteorological Organization, it was determined that the crosswinds at Argyle would pose no threat to small planes landing there. On Thursday, November 19, 2015, we saw the practical test, and as fate would have it, not only were there small planes, we also had winds and overcast conditions, as it rained heavily just minutes prior to 4 small aircraft landing at Argyle. During the media event that followed, Director of the Eastern Caribbean Civil Aviation Authority, Mr. Donald MacPhail, stated that the runway was tested prior to the landings to ensure the safe landing of the test flight, as well as the other flights that followed. The other significant test which was done was the testing of the Precision Approach Path Indicator, or PAPI lights. With all 4 planes landed safely, there was much to give thanks for. Among them, the assistance given to the IADC with the construction of the AIA by the Dr. Rav Gonsalves-led administration.
In 2005, when the Honorable Prime Minister announced this project, I had the task shortly after to visit many of the homeowners in this area to tell them about the government's decision to build an airport at Argyle. If you recall, this speech was made in August 2005, and there was an election pending in December 2005. And while we visited the homeowners, there was a chorus in the media at the time that it was a political gimmick. So we encountered significant challenges talking to and encouraging the homeowners to work with us on this project. At every stage of the way of this project, we encounter challenges. But as you see for yourselves, we are overcoming them day by day. Well, 2 by 2 and 4 by 4, and 1 by 1 too. So we set about this task in September 2005. And if you count with me, we have been engaged in it for now just over 10 years. So this is a 10-year baby that has just been born today. Over the years, we have had the strongest and the most unflinching support that any company can have from a government in power. There was no time that I called the Honorable Prime Minister to assist, one way or the other, mostly with money though. And he was not there to support us. Truly, we couldn't have got this far without the strong, unflinching support and commitment of Ralph Gonsalves and his government. As Donald MacPhail of the Eastern Caribbean Civil Aviation Authority said, this is a complex project. Not only that we are building an airport, but as you know, we had to relocate the road. There is a new segment of the Windward Highway that we had to build. We had to relocate a church and the cemetery. And for those who don't know where the dead bodies are buried, they can look at the new cemetery in Argyle here. They are there in the ground. We didn't put them up anywhere. They are right in the ground, and if he doesn't know, you should invite him out to come and have a look for himself. We had to relocate also 135 homes. We had a lot of support from the homeowners as the project progressed. But truly, it wasn't necessarily simple at the start. So over the years, we have encountered significant hurdles. Not only the 3 mountains that we had to remove and the valleys that we had to fill, but we encountered all sorts of other issues, especially finance. Because as you know, when we started this airport, we didn't have all the money in our back pockets. The money was promised. And as we proceeded with the project, we got support from many friendly governments. But I wouldn't tell you that the money always came when we needed it. So there were always financial issues that we had to deal with up to this stage. But I doubt in the next 2 or 3 months that IADC can complain about financial issues, because I know where the money is now to complete the project.
Meantime, the march to completion continues here at Argyle. The river continues to flow unimpeded, while the backfilling of the culverts continues to move apace. Currently, work is concentrated on the center of the culverts to allow for the continued construction of the runway in that area. The cargo terminal is nearing completion, as is the airside electrical substation. The development of the fuel farm continues to progress well, and very soon we should be witnessing the laying of the pipes to transport the fuel from Stubbs Bay to the tanks. Work on the parking lot has picked up significantly, and several roundabouts are under construction as part of the road network at the passenger terminal building. The entrance to the terminal building from the new Windward Highway is now being asphalted, and that work is expected to be completed soon. Currently, the front of the terminal building is receiving finishing touches, while the entire apron area is all but complete. Over in the first kilometer of the project, work continues on taking down what remains to come down from Yami Hill. The benching process is being used, and within a matter of weeks should be completed. Adjacent to this is the runway on which a significant volume of asphalt, including the second coat of asphalt, has been placed. All in all, we are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and it won't be long now until the Argyle International Airport is officially open and in operation. In the meantime, continue supporting the project and witness the full realization of our Vincentian dream. See you next time.